Hi weaving friends, I think I'll call this a tiny tip video because it really is a very small tip. It's just the kind of thing that you might run into when you're setting up your loom, doing something, whatever it is with weaving. All these little things kind of crop up as minor problems and it can be a little bit tricky to know what to do when this happens. So I'm going to share one of those little problems with you and show you how I worked my way around it. So my particular problem today is I was going to do just a short warp on my larger rigid heddle loom, and I started clamping it to the tabletop. This is my pool table, obviously you can see the pool balls there, and I've got the covers on the pool table and I use it as a workspace and it's fantastic most of the time, but it is a little bit thinner, the width of it, the thickness. So when I went to put my clamp on, and this is the usual clamp that you would use that comes with your rigid heddle loom to clamp it to a table or what have you, I went to clamp it and I'll show you what happens. I can't turn this tight enough to actually make it tight. It just kind of sits there because of the reduced thickness of this tabletop. So, can't use my clamp and I can't warp my loom without having it somehow held here so that when I start taking the warp through all of the slots here, that it's not just going to move towards the peg constantly, which is what would happen if I didn't have it clamped. So, here is my solution. These are sometimes known as C-clamps, they might be known as spring clamps where you are, or something else entirely, I'm not sure, but this is what they look like. And they have a very strong spring in the middle. These ones are just made of heavy duty plastic. I think you can get metal ones as well, which would be more expensive. These ones are really very affordable. And I bought these 2 years ago and they're still going absolutely strong. The spring hasn't changed at all. And I actually use these a whole bunch in my studio for all kinds of weaving things. They come in so very handy, especially when you don't have an extra pair of hands. So all I need to do to make sure that my loom's not going to move is just open these up. Now, one thing is that if you have a bit of hand weakness, pain, whatever it is from arthritis or anything like that, you may find these difficult to operate because they are very strong. So you might need a little bit of help with that. I open it up and I'm just going to clamp it at the top bar here, at the stabilizing bar here. My open rod's in the way a little bit, but just where the holes are that you would normally put your clamp in. I'm going to put one on one side, like that, and I can just move that into position because I knocked that a little bit. And then I'm going to pop the other one on the other side. And I can also move that into position if I need to. And I'll just move that one forward a little bit more. And the thing is, I'm warping in the middle of these so that they're not going to get in my way at all. If you were doing a full warp, you might have to kind of move them and adjust them as you go. But I'll show you now how this fixes my problem. So here we go. Can just start warping by taking my thread through the slot as I normally would, all the way to my peg. And you can see there that the loom's not moving at all. And in fact, I'll give you a little demo that it's quite stable there. And it's just going to stay there until I'm finished warping. And then I can take my clamps off and carry on as usual. I hope this tiny tip was really helpful to you, and perhaps if you want to see more videos like this one, you'll want to subscribe, like the video and click the bell notification so that you can see new videos when they come out. Well, that's it from me today, folks. Until next time, happy weaving.